Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to my Zone Online School. My name is Oswald Ndoda, and with me here is Pamwene, who is going to assist us throughout the lesson. But before we do that, boys and girls, let us always remember to sanitize our hands. We do that inside our palms, outside, in between the fingers. And also, we should remember to keep a meter apart, a social distance, and always remember to put on your mask. All right. Now, today's lesson is going to be a summation of our nouns. Past 5 lessons, we have been looking at the nouns, and we said there are 5 types of nouns, which are A, common nouns, proper nouns, abstract nouns, collective nouns, and diminutive nouns. Now, let us run through and see what these really are. All right. If you turn to page 3 of our booklet, it says, what are they? Number 1, common nouns. These are names given to ordinary people, places, and things. For example, book, car, table, tree, person. Common nouns can be countable. You can put a, an, the, or a number in front of a countable noun. Right? Remember, a and n, these are the articles that we talked about, and we also have a definite article, the. E.g., a boy, 6 trees, the baby. Common nouns can also be uncountable. Uncountable nouns are abstract ideas, qualities, or a substance. You cannot place a, an, or a number in front of an uncountable noun. E.g., his progress is remarkable. Mary spilled the milk on her dress. Right. So that was the common nouns. Let's move on to the second type of noun, which is proper nouns. Proper nouns are special names given to particular places, people, and things. They always start with a capital letter. Most proper nouns are not in a dictionary. E.g., Oswald lives in Windhoek, in Namibia, and drives a Toyota. Right, so Oswald, that's a proper noun. Windhoek, another proper noun. And Namibia, a proper noun as well as Toyota. All right, let's move on to the third category, abstract nouns. These are nouns that refer to something that we cannot see, touch, or measure. It is feeling a quality of an idea, e.g., the naughtiness of Mary tried the patience of a teacher. Right, naughtiness and patience, those are abstract nouns, which means naughtiness, you can't touch or feel the naughtiness. All right? Then the fourth category of our nouns is collective nouns. These are names given to groups or collections of similar things. Collective nouns are one unit and are singular, e.g., a head of cattle, a flight of stairs. The last category is on diminutive nouns. Diminutive nouns are words used for the young and smaller people, creatures, or things, e.g., puppy, tadpole. All right, boys and girls, let us turn to page 4. This is where we are beginning our activities for the nouns. I will read the passage, and you should also follow through. Read the text below. My name is John Matt. I was born in Oshakati on the 1st of May, 2006. I live in Windhoek, which is the capital city of Namibia. I live with my mother and father. My mother drives me to school in her old Ford. We always travel to our neighboring country, South Africa, for December holidays. Sometimes we visit my aunt in Swakopmund. Botswana is my favorite destination in spring, especially in September. When we travel to Swakopmund, my father drives his Isuzu. That car has been in my family for years. My father goes to rent a Toyota Land Cruiser for our drive on the dunes. I always enjoy our travels. All right, so you also read and then try to answer the questions that follow. Write proper nouns from the text that name the following. A, 3 makes or brands of cars. 3 Namibian towns. 3 months of the year. That should be fairly easy, boys and girls. Let us turn to our next page, which is page 5. For activity number 2, arrange the nouns in alphabetical order in each column. Right, we are given 3 columns there, and each column has 5 words which you would need to arrange in alphabetical order. Right, for instance, if we look at the first column where we have horse, ape, giraffe, dog, and frog. The first word of the alphabet there is ape, followed by dog. We also have frog, horse, and lastly giraffe. All right, do the remaining activities. All right, what types of nouns are these? So in other words, in every column, you tell us what type of a noun it is, whether it is a collective, a proper, a common, etc. Right, let's quickly move on to activity 3. It says, complete the following sentences with the correct diminutive nouns. A, pig is to piglet, as duck is to duckling. Bull is to bullock, as book is to booklet. So also finish off the remaining sentences. 4th activity, choose the most suitable collective noun to complete the sentences. The collective nouns that we have there are choir, plug, convoy, library, troop, platoon. Sentence A says, the school has a large dash of books. All right, that should be the school has a large library of books. So let us finish off the remaining sentences. Let's move on to page 6. Page 6 has two activities, which is 5 and 6. Now, let us begin with activity 5. Highlight the abstract nouns in these sentences. Right, remember what we explained on what abstract nouns are. A says, greed and envy are two qualities that no one likes. Greed and envy are two qualities that no one likes. So, the word greed and envy, all those words are intangible. So they become our abstract nouns. All right. So you do B, C, and D. The last activity, which could be quite interesting, it says, color in the letters for these abstract nouns. Cross out the words as you find them. Now, that puzzle, we are given some words there, which we are supposed to find within the puzzle. And it says you should color. As you find a word, you color it up. Right, the words are dedication, anger, duty, health, confidence, friendship, happiness, hunger, truth, and wisdom. Right, just as an example, if you look in our puzzle, if you look in column 1, the first column, as you read downwards, you can see there's a word there, an abstract noun, happiness. So you color that. All right? And in the first line across, there's also anger. You color that as well. So, boys and girls, let's try to identify all those nouns within our puzzle. Thank you. All right. Boys and girls, let's turn to page 7 of our booklet. Last but not least activity there, it says, read the fable and answer the questions that follow. The man, the boy, and the donkey. One day, an old man and his son were taking their donkey to sell at the market. A young man passed by and said, "What a silly idea. You are walking that donkey when you could be riding it instead. What is a donkey for but to ride?" Hearing this, the man put his boy on the donkey's back and they went on their way. Soon they passed a crowd of women caring for a flock of sheep. One of the women said, "You should be ashamed of yourself, young man. Your father, who is older than you, should be riding and you should be walking." Red first, the boy jumped down so that his father could ride on the donkey. They had not gone far when they passed a man and a woman walking their cows. They said to each other, Doesn't he know that they can both sit on that donkey? His son doesn't have to walk in the dust. The man quickly picked up his son and set him down in front of him on the donkey. When they reached the town, the people began to jeer and point at them. "You are overloading that poor donkey. How can two of you sit on the poor donkey? You both have strength. You'd be better off carrying the donkey yourselves." They climbed off the donkey, cut down a pole, and tied the donkey's feet to it. They raised the pole to their shoulders and carried the donkey towards the market. The people laughed so much that a gaggle of geese with their goslings rushed by, frightening the donkey. The donkey's hooves slipped loose from the ropes, and it fell. The terrified donkey immediately rose to its feet and ran away, kicking and barking. "That will teach you," said an old man who had followed them the whole way. "Try to please everyone, and you will please no one." Right, boys and girls, that's the end of our passage. Now you need to read for the second time, and then you turn on the next page, which is page 8, where we have questions. Now the questions are from A to K. A says, "Where were the old man and his son taking the donkey?" Yes, I hope you know that they were taking the donkey to the market. So thank you very much, boys and girls. I wish you success in all your completion of the questions. Right, boys and girls, thank you very much. We have come to the end of our nouns. I hope all of us did enjoy, and we always remember these nouns ranging from common nouns, proper nouns, abstract nouns, collective nouns, and diminutive nouns. Right. Always, boys and girls, remember to sanitize your hands. You squeeze in as usual in the palms, outside, in between the fingers, and remember to stay a meter apart to make sure that you maintain the social distance. And at any given time, your mask should be always on. Thank you very much. See you in the next lessons.
Hi everyone, my name is Shoshi, I'm back. And you can always stay active throughout the lockdown. You can play with your friends, but keep your distance. Like me and my friend, yay! And you can also jog and sing to be active. Until next time, bye!
Now in its 6th year, the Syrian conflict has impacted heavily on the most vulnerable. More than 2 million children were forced to leave their homes. After 3 weeks at Idemeni, a waterlogged camp in northern Greece, Mohammed Al-Khalil and his family of 4 are desperate to relocate.
حياة صعبة هون، خيم ومطر وبرد وحمام ما في وأمراض ونحن بكل الأحوال ندور مكان يعني آمن فلقينا المنظمات هاي الأمم المتحدة حل بالنسبة لنا، لأن احنا ندور الأمان وندور مشان أطفالنا، مشان ننسى الأيام اللي مرت علينا ونتأمل إن شاء الله خير يعني.
But for single mothers like Nisreen Chico, who is stuck at the border shared by Greece and the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, The weight has led to desperation. Her husband was killed by a bomb in Aleppo 3 years ago. These days, she's consumed with protecting her 5 children.
حاسة إنه كثير صعب أنا أولادي نعيش هون. ما فيني أتحمل، ما في. يعني صار لي 10 أيام هون ولا يوم نمت برياحة. هن بيناموا أنا لا.
Nizreen is not alone. Narin worries about her 2-month-old baby, Delberin, who has contracted a lung infection. She's unsure whether he'll survive.
في معه مرض فيروس، في معه التهابات، ما بعرف حرارة، في معه سال تراجع. خدنا على المستشفى صار 14 هون أنا. امبارح جيت على أساس ما في شيء، جيت لهون كمان نفس الشيء. أولادي كلهم هذول كلهم مرضانين.
UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, is providing shelter for the thousands of children and their families trapped here. But it's not enough.
A lot of families with young children have spent weeks, night after night, in the rain, in the cold, under the open sky. The small tents that they have had are not good. It's not proper shelter.
Keeping the children warm is a priority. The refugees burn anything in sight just to keep the cold away and avoid hypothermia. Meanwhile, back in the camp at Idomeni, Mohammed, his family and other refugees make the journey to a nearby hotel, the first stop in the relocation process. For this family, at least, the possibility of a new life is beginning. But unfortunately, for far too many others, life has become hopeless. And as long as the brutal war in Syria goes on, it's unlikely that any of these children will see their birthplace in the foreseeable future. This report was produced by Mary Ferreira for the United Nations.
Catch Namibia's rising talents displaying the best goals, breathtaking saves, Khafar like a 1-2 combination on the pitch, as well as the biggest misses. It's the MTC Hop Soul Youth League Soccer Show, showcasing Africa's next soccer superstars. Only on One Africa Television, every Wednesdays at 18:30. Yay! It's Super Disc on another level.
Hi beautiful souls, this is Nikita Winkler and I'm here to share easy tools for stretching that you can do just about anywhere. This is a demonstration, so what's most important is that you take the time in each position that your body needs to release its tension. In this session, we will stretch the hips. What you'll need are yoga blocks or books, thick books, or pillows, especially if you have tight hips. You can do this on a mat, on the floor, on a blanket, or even in your bed. Let's get started. So we're going to start on the floor with the soles of our feet together. I'm going to grab around the feet. This is a butterfly position. So in order to warm up the hips, I'm just going to flap the butterfly wings. And again, take your time. I'm going to lean forward, and here, again, if the hips are too tight, you can place your blocks, books, or pillows underneath. You might even feel a stretch in the back here. From this position, I'm going to take one arm right behind me, not too far from my body. The other arm, inhale, exhale, press the hip open. And come back to center. Change. One arm right behind me to lengthen the spine, the other hand on the knee. Inhale, exhale, press the hip open and back to center. Now we're going to lie down on the floor. And first, before I get started, I have to make sure that my body, my spine is in alignment. I'm going to just open up the neck area. And you can spend as much time as you need here, allowing the force of gravity to weigh on the legs to open up the hips. You can place your blocks, books, or pillows underneath the knees. And gradually, you can take the feet even further down and spend enough time in each position. From here, we're going to go into an internal hip rotation. I'm going to spread my feet to the side, lean the knees inwards. If you have a little bit more flexibility, you don't really feel the stretch, just take your feet even further apart to deepen this internal rotation stretch in your hips. From here, I'm just going to place my feet, and without repositioning the feet, I'm going to take my arms to the side, and then I'm just going to rock my legs side to side, keeping the upper body facing up, shoulders down. And then I'm going to stop on one side, take the lower leg over the upper to add weight to deepen the stretch. Release the leg and switch. Other side, lower over the upper. And back to center. Last part, I'm going to spread my legs as wide open as I can, and I'm going to just row the boat. So what's important here is that the knees don't lift off the floor. Make sure you row both sides. Keep the knees and both bum cheeks on the floor. Alternatively, you can just lean forward. You can hang out on the pillow. Take your time on the blocks or on your books. And that is it. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to breathe into your stretches, and happy stretching.
We know the world is a crazy place right now, but don't panic. Take a breath, slow down, or better yet, stop completely. We'll still be here when everything settles down. In this time of uncertainty, look to nature. She has all the answers, you know. We're not only giving ourselves time to reset, we're giving nature time to restore, revive, restart. We're saving ourselves and we're saving the world. Stay home now so that we can welcome you to Namibia again soon. Yes, the world's a crazy place right now, but don't despair. Find the joy, cherish hope, breathe. Take a moment, take a few, and someday soon you'll once again be able to stare in wonder at this magnificent view. The world's a crazy place right now, but don't worry, we'll still be here. We'll see you again soon.